Welcome to the Shield Football Podcast. I'm your host, Fredo. Today, man, for the first time, we have that boy Josh.
What's
with
good
us
with
today.
you,
What's up,
man?
my
What's
boy?
up, y'all? What's up, y'all?
So, if y'all don't know Josh, that's Jerron's brother right here. But yeah, Josh, what's up, man? So, how you feel today, being in front of the camera, not behind the camera?
Man, it feels good, man.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for this moment, so I feel like I do pretty good.
Yeah.
Big shoes to fill. DC out. Shout out to DC for his birthday, so it's gonna be fun.
Yeah. But welcome to the show, man.
Appreciate you.
First time right here, so that's gonna be cool. Jay, man, what's up, man? So week 11, bro.
Well, week 11 was really cool to watch. A lot of disenfranchised teams and franchises, they're in the best positions they've ever been in.
Yeah.
Almost. Lions are 8-2, Browns are 7-3, Jaguars are 7-3. Like a lot of teams that haven't been in this position in a long time. It's like new blood, new blood to see in the NFL. So it's cool to watch.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good week to watch some football, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, Josh, man. So what do you think about week 11 so far, man?
Man, it was an amazing week of football.
Yeah,
amazing week of football. It got me very excited about the playoffs. I have no idea what it's gonna look like.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got a few pieces, a few ideas here and there, but for the most part, the leagues are pretty stacked. Like Jerron said, you got some teams who have never been in this position before, stepping up. Very competitive games, some very exciting games, some pretty cool storylines going into the next couple of weeks. A lot of playoff implications going on right now. So it was a good Sunday for sure. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It just the one thing I noticed about week 11, man, that week 11, what showed me this week is that no matter what, man, like I know these cats out here, man, playing, trying to play every week healthy, come out of it, man. A lot of injuries, man.
Yep.
A lot of injuries.
Healthiest team wins the Super Bowl.
A lot of injuries had happened in week 11.
Sure.
That's why I noted on week 11, man. But
that is true. A lot of bad injuries.
Yes,
There was
I can't remember time has been this bad.
I mean, I'm sure there's been times, but these have big implications.
Yeah.
And there's in Buffalo, there's a ambulance on the field again. So it's like you said, that's a good point. A lot of big injuries.
Yeah. All right, man. But hey, and that's what I gotta say, man. What the National Football League, man, it always has to do with the next man up mentality, man.
Mm-hmm.
You got to come up, and as a coach, this is when your challenges to really come. That you don't have to depend on your superstar players. You have to coach up the person. Hey, one spot, two songs behind them, But that's what it's all about, man. But besides that, gentlemen, man, let's go on and let's talk about Thursday night's game, man.
Let's do it.
All right, man. Thursday night game, we had the Bengals at the Ravens right here, and talk about injury game right here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, final score 20-34. Let's go to some game leaders real quick. Let's start with the Bengals side of the ball. Burrow, unfortunately, man, he got hurt in this game. He threw for 17, completed 11, 101 yards and 1 touchdown. Your top rusher from the Bengals was Mixon, 16 carries, 69 yards, and your top receiver was Hudson for 4 catches, 49 yards. Now to the Bengals side of the ball, Lamar Jackson. He threw for 26, completed 16 for 264 yards and 2 touchdowns. And your top rusher was Edwards with 12 carries, 62 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Have a day, man. And your top receiver was OBJ, man, with 4 catches, 116 yards, man. What's up, man? Welcome back.
Welcome back.
And so now to some team stats. Total yardage, man, for the Bengals, 272, while the Ravens had 405. Both teams with 0 turnovers. Time of possession, 29 minutes for the Bengals and 30 minutes for the Ravens, man. That being said, this divisional game now, this puts the Bengals at 5-5, and this puts the Ravens at 8-3. Jay, man, what are your thoughts on this game, man?
You gotta start with Joe Burrow. When he went down, it didn't look that bad. I thought it was just gonna be something he could shake off, and then all of a sudden, you saw that clip of him gripping the ball in the throwing motion, and he was just out. Again, I didn't think that was a year-long injury, but they came out quick and said, "Hey, he's done." And then it's just think about his whole year: the calf injury, the re-injuring the calf, and now this. That's tough. Like, this is a violent sport. But going to Baltimore, man, they just keep doing what they got to do. Lamar hasn't been spectacular. He's not. It's like more of a team effort now.
Which is good.
Which is good.
Yeah.
They get the run again. They got 157 total yards rushing, 2 TDs on the ground. But I think they're a really good team. It's just it's a week to week league.
Yep.
When it comes to the playoffs, I don't know if Lamar is at the level right now where I can say he's a Super Bowl caliber. He's playing as a Super Bowl caliber. He only has 16 completions this game, but look, man, they keep doing what they got to do. It's a total team win, and it's good to see. I love watching the Ravens.
Yeah. Josh, well, so what are your thoughts on this game, man?
Yeah, similar. So the Burrow injury is crazy. I thought it was interesting that they had the video of him with the brace on before the game.
Yeah.
So now there's an investigation going on to see if the Bengals knew beforehand that there was something going on, which I don't think there was. I think it may be coincidence, but it doesn't look great because they deleted the video and all the other kind of speculation. So I'll be very interested to see how that whole situation plays out. Bengals are done for the rest. For me, Bengals are done.
Yeah.
On the Ravens side of the ball, for me, they're the scariest AFC Super Bowl contender. To Jeron's point, I think the total package, and if Lamar takes any type of leap in the playoffs, I don't see anybody beating them. Receivers are stepping up. They've been dropping balls all season, so receivers are starting to catch balls a little bit. Interested to see how they navigate through Mark Andrews' situation.
That's another one. That's another injury.
Yeah, Mark Andrews going down is crazy.
Yeah.
It's like,
they got to do something about that. That hip drop tackle.
The hip tackle, yeah.
Man,
I hate somebody in college too.
Yeah, it got Jordan Travis in college this week. That's what broke Tony Pollard's ankle in San Francisco.
Yeah.
That's what broke Dak Prescott's ankle. That's what jacked up Mark Anthony Andrews. So it's like they got to get that out of the game. That's like leading with your helmet almost.
Yeah.
It's unfair to the health and safety of the game to have somebody just be able to grab you and then they're not even dragging you down. All they're doing is throwing their legs up and then they're dropping your. I hate that. I hate it every time I see it.
Yeah. Like I know that there's been some past players that have mentioned that they rather get hit from the shoulders and up instead of getting their knees.
Yeah.
Because basically, if you go for the knees, man, basically that's it. You're taking them out.
Yep.
Yeah.
So like that right there is like you said with the Pollard situation, Dak and now Andrews for the tight end.
And it takes people a while. Like Dak hasn't ran the same since then. Pollard hasn't seemed the same back. And Mark Andrews he already wasn't an athletic type. Like he wasn't like Kyle Pitts.
Yeah.
He's a more plodding, I'm a subtly get open.
Yeah.
I hope his ankle's gonna be fine after that, to be honest.
Yeah, man, that sucks, man. Man, prayers up for those guys, man. Like I said, week 11, hopefully they could come back healthier and better. But like, unfortunately, as the records have shown, man, in the past with past players, it takes a while for them to get back in rhythm, possibly more than a year. So man, that sucks, man. But gentlemen, so now the Browns are 7-3, second in that division right there. are the Browns really competition for the Ravens?
It depends on how do you mean competition? Like head to head, yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. For
Head
the
to head,
division.
yeah. They already beat them
Yeah.
straight up for the division. I think that the Ravens still have a leg up on them, but if you look at what's upcoming for the Browns, Broncos winnable, Rams winnable, Jags that's winnable. Then they got Bears, Texans, Jets, Bengals. Every one of these games is winnable. But now the question to y'all is they don't have a quarterback.
Exactly.
So do you think they can go on this string of to stay in the hunt with no quarterback? I mean, they have a quarterback, but
nah, I mean
it's
look,
not the same.
Right.
No, so we're gonna get back to that conversation when once we go back to the Browns and Steelers. We're gonna go back to that conversation. But let's go on and move on to the next game right here, man. We have the Cardinals at the Texans right here. Final score 16-21. Texans take care of business at home, man. Well, that's what's up. Third game winning streak right here since 2018. Damn. All right. Long time ago. Let's go to some game leaders real quick. Murray, he threw for 30, completed 20 for 214 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. Your top rusher was Connor with 14 carries, 62 yards, and your top receiver was Dortch for 6 catches, 76 yards. Now to the Texans side of the ball. Stroud, he threw for 37, completed 27, 336 yards, 2 touchdowns, but 3 interceptions. Now your top rusher was Stingley. 22 carries, 112 yards, and 1 touchdown. Have a day, my boy. And your top receiver was Tank Dell with 8 catches, 149 yards, and 1 touchdown. Boy, what's up, man? Have a great day. Team stats real quick. Total yardage for the Cardinals, 319, while the Texans had 419. Turnovers, 2 for the Cardinals and 3 for the Texans. Time possession, 28 minutes. Well, let's call it 29 minutes for the Cardinals and 31 minutes for the Texans. That being said, this puts the Texans now at second place in their division at 6-4, and this puts the Cardinals at 2-9, last in their division. AJ, what are your thoughts on this game, man?
I've been saying it for the Eagles, but I can say it for the Texans now. This is a front office victory. I know the players played on the field, but if you go back just to see, like the players that the front office has brought in, Blake Cashman, 19 tackles this game. They traded up for Will Anderson. He had a sack. He had 2 quarterback hits, 2 TFLs.
And that's the pick that the Cardinals gave up.
Yep, and that exactly. Yeah. And then Derek Stingley back. He had an interception, 6 tackles, 2 of course the CJ Stroud pick.
Yep.
So it was enough to win game.
Yeah.
It wasn't as impressive as the Texans have looked in the past. It was just more of look, we got to the previous Texans regimes would have gave this game up. That would have been Kyler Murray game-winning drive all the way.
Yeah.
But the pieces that the front office brought in is what won this game for them instead of any individual player.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so I'm gonna go first, Josh.
Go ahead. I was about to throw it to you anyways. Just off.
All right, so this was, in my opinion, Stroud's rookie game.
For sure.
Him to the past couple 3 games, he hasn't thrown an interception, you know, and he's been perfect. You know, it's just like the other pieces around him weren't clicking, you know. Now I feel like everything around CJ Stroud, both sides of the ball, and special teams, man, like I feel like they've just been taking care and helping CJ Stroud, you know. But now, you know, ever since the last 3 games, when I'm talking about this Cardinals game, talking about the Bengals and the Tampa Bay game, it's like ever since then, he's just been sparking it up. He's been doing an excellent job. But when he's throw a lot like that, you see more interceptions now because they weren't demanding for him to throw the ball as much now. And I feel like this is the game right here that he looked like a rookie. You know, the other games, you know, it wasn't so much of him doing too much in the field. It was more manageable, you know. But I feel like now, you know, like ever since Pierce got hurt, Singletary, the running game has looked awesome, man.
That's another piece.
That's another piece.
That's another piece. A lot of people didn't think they needed another running back.
Yeah.
And then look at Singletary now. So, yeah, keep going.
So, and, you know, and that's what I'm saying. It's like they're not putting too much on him, but I feel like they're comfortable now knowing that, hey, you know what? We're going to let you toss a rock, you know? We're going to let you do you. Even though I feel like out of those 3 interceptions he had in this game, I feel like 2 of them weren't really his fault. But, you know, it still comes back towards him. I mean, that's the price of being a quarterback. You know, that's why you are the franchise of this team. You know, that's why you're the quarterback. And, you know, and there's always going to come back to him. But I feel like this game right here, the Cardinals had so many opportunities to win this game.
Yeah.
You know, but they didn't take advantage of it, you know. But like Jerron said, an old Texans regime would have found ways to lose this game.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, me yesterday, sitting down on my couch, I was watching this game, man. I was like, man, this guy's throwing 3 interceptions, but I wasn't flipping out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was still calm and collective. I was like, I know how to catch myself, man. Like, what's going on? 4 years ago, man, I've been screaming, hollering, throwing the damn remote, you know, telling my kid to go back to her room, you know, it just because I was so damn mad. But hey, I was confident with this team, like Jerron put, you know, like they found ways how to put this team together, and it shows on the field now. And that also comes with the coaching, man.
Yeah.
You know, so he just brings that energy of comfort as well, man. So shout out to the Texans, man. This is a great one right here. They should have lost this game, but they didn't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Last 2 games.
Yeah.
Because the Bengals game, that ball out of the Tyler Boyd's hands, that should have been a touchdown, which led to CJ coming down and doing his thing for the game-winning drive.
Yeah.
But Josh,
go ahead, man.
Yeah, Houston is a good team.
Yeah.
This is a good football team that can make some noise not only this season but for a long time. They've got a lot of young players. Love the culture of the team, front office, coaching. Yeah. I love the attitude, the camaraderie. You know, they seem like it's a good chemistry, good team bond. And CJ is a stud, a bona fide. You know, I'm not mad at the picks. I'll give him two were, in my opinion, 2 were his fault. One was a drop, but I'm not mad at that. Keep throwing that thing. You know, you don't really see rookie quarterbacks have the confidence to throw some of the balls that he threw, and he hit Tank a couple of times on some balls. I was like, but the team looked good. They well-rounded. Receiving core is nice. Defense is strong. Running game. All around a good team. I'm excited to see what they do.
Hey, Jerron, I got a question for you, man. You know, since you weren't here last week, DC said might as well ship the Rookie of the Year trophy down to Houston. Do you agree with that so far?
Oh yeah, of course. He won Rookie of the Year a couple weeks ago. I do have to say they need to pump the brakes on the MVP talk.
For sure.
Last couple weeks they've been going crazy talking about MVP talk, but not yet. That's coming up. But
the thing about it, Jerron, you know, like, it's not the Houston media, man. It's the national media. I mean, like,
that's the thing. They're in love with CJ as much or more than Houston is. Yeah, like the national media is the ones pumping the MVP talk. There's Texans fans saying it too. Yeah, but he's definitely Rookie of the Year. They may have defensive Rookie of the Year too. Just go ahead and ship it over here. He's not going to do anything to mess it up, and there's no competition. The only A-Chain, and he's in and out of games now. So, Puka slowed down a little bit. Mm-hmm. So, he sold it up. It's done.
Yeah. What's it called? Like, fun fact as well, guys. You know who was the last rookie that won the Rookie of the Year and MVP of the league? Do y'all know? Any
Rookie of the
guess?
year and MVP.
Yeah. It was a long time ago, man. It's way before we were
I
born.
was gonna say something like Dick or something.
No, it was the running back from the Browns. What's his name?
You talking about
I don't know why.
Bro, I just had his name on top of my tongue, man.
That's crazy. That's bad. We're blanking on Browns running back.
Yeah, I mean that legend, bro.
Yeah, he's a legend.
Man.
He said movies is tough too. I don't know why we can't.
Like he just passed away.
Yeah, he just passed away.
Man, shame not
Jim Brown.
Jim Brown. There we go.
Man, I don't know why we blanked on
Bro,
Jim Brown.
and I'm here looking at the Browns and like it's Brown. So yeah,
that's bad.
Yeah, so Jim Brown was the last person that did that, man. So I don't know. Me personally, as a Texans fan, I know he might have a couple votes, but I know he's not going to win it.
Yeah,
you know, not unless if he makes a really good run.
Yeah, he got to ball out.
But to me, I'm gonna just take it day by day. You know, so I'm not going to say stand for it and give it to him right now. No, I'm not. Gonna
and I hope he doesn't feel that pressure to be the MVP of the entire league.
I don't think he cares.
You
can see he's got a cocky streak to him. Man, just like after the game, he was like Steph Curry. He called himself Steph Curry. That's crazy. Yeah, that's he was like Steph Curry doesn't stop shooting threes. I'm like, hey, bro, Steph Curry already.
Yeah, it's interesting.
What's wrong with confidence, though, man? What's wrong with having confidence?
There's nothing wrong with it. I'm just you gotta. It
will come back to him.
No, it's just something you gotta. Remember in your mind, hey, this is the dude we talking about. It's like a check mark. Like, all right, I'm gonna remember that comment.
All right, all right, man. Y'all boys got anything else with the Texans and the Cardinals?
Nope.
All right, man. Let's move on to the next game right here, man. We have the Steelers at the Browns right here, divisional game. Steelers, man. Good Lord. Final score 10-13. Browns take care of business at home. Let's go to some game leaders real quick. And let's start with the Steelers side of the ball. Pickett, he threw for 28, completed 15, 106 yards. 106 yards. How the hell are you a professional quarterback? Top rusher was Warner with 9 carries, 129 yards, and 1 touchdown. Have a day, man. Your top receiver was Pickens with 4 catches for 38 yards. And your top, now we'll go to the Cleveland side of the ball. Your top passer for the Cleveland was Thomas, with 43 catches completed for 165 yards and 1 interception. Top rusher from the Browns was Hunt with 12 carries, 36 yards, and your top receiver from the Browns was Moore with 6 catches for 60 yards. Now to some team stats. Total yardage for the Steelers, 249, while the Browns had 259. 0 turnovers for the Steelers and 1 for the Browns. And time of possession, 28 minutes for the Steelers and 31 for the Browns. This divisional game now puts the Steelers at 6-4, third in their division. This puts the Browns now at 7-3, second in their division. Jay, what are your thoughts on this game, man?
We've been saying it for like a decade now. This is the best division in football. It's violent. It's like
interesting.
Send the kids to bed kind of football.
Yeah,
it's like
nasty.
It's just like you said,
on
nasty.
the edge type of game, man.
You don't know anything's going to happen. Somehow Miles Garrett had a helmet in his hand again. Like stuff just happens in this division. It's tough because Cleveland's 7-3, Pittsburgh 6-4. Neither one of them has a future at quarterback right now. It was a low-scoring, hard-fought game, but it's just defensive football.
Yeah.
Punts count. Like punts are like offense now.
Yeah.
Like if you
field goal basically.
Right.
Yeah.
It changes field position. Pittsburgh, man. Kenny Pickett he ain't the one. They have to do something. Something like right now they're 7th in the AFC. I don't see how they get their next quarterback. Pickett isn't the one. At least Cleveland has Deshaun Watson on their team, but I feel for Tomlin and this and what he's got to go through. He's still 6-4, which is crazy, but I feel for what he's got to make magic every single week, and they've been outgained every game of this.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But yeah, I mean, that's all I got on that one.
Yeah. Josh, what were your thoughts on this game, man?
Yeah, my first thought was I think I'm a little higher on DTR than most people are. I liked him in UCLA. He had a really good preseason. I think his ceiling is a little capped. I think he'll be like a PJ Walker, Dobbs at best, kind of. He'll travel around a little bit, but I mean, he's not bad, but he's also just not good. He's kind of young. He's an athlete too, which I like. So he kind of can get around and scramble a little bit. He made some throws when it counted at the end. It wasn't a great offensive game. Yeah, Browns can be good. Yeah. They just need to put it all together. They got a decent receiving core, solid running game. Defense is crazy, obviously. The thing I like about the Browns is this is the first time since I can remember in the franchise that they're playing with some energy. Right. Usually they're just a losing team. They play like they're losing. They play like there's no hope. But they actually kind of got a little spark, which gives them at least a shot to make some kind of noise. On the Steelers side, they got to fire the OC. Got to get the offense coordinator out there. No reason why you don't get the more looks for your playmakers. Pickett is not good.
No.
I'm convinced that they drafted Pickett off of the fake slide.
Yeah.
He earned the job.
He impressed him enough.
And hoodwinked him. And he's just not good. He can't make the reads he needs to. His arm's not amazing. He's missing wide open shots. So, that's all I got for that game.
Yeah, man. All right. So for this game right here, I thought the Steelers were going to win this game as soon as we heard the news that Deshaun's out for the season. And I thought, man, that's it, man. The Browns are done, They're done. But this whole game right here, man, they held down this Pittsburgh offense to 10 points the whole game. And that's crazy, man, because Pickett, he's a 2-year vet already, and you got this rookie quarterback who threw more yards than you did. Shame of you. Yeah, he had to throw 43 times, but damn. I mean, I'm just saying, man, I'm just very disappointed with the Steelers, man. Just like I feel like the coaches ain't coaching them up real well, up to the point that your quarterback only throws 106 yards. Are you kidding me? 106 yards? I mean, Jesus. I mean, so they only depend on the running game, It's like, man, that lets you know right now, man. Like your team has no faith in you whatsoever. I don't know, man, but I just the organization, like you expect this from the Browns, but the Steelers organization, you expect excellence,
Yeah. Yep.
It sucks, it sucks that they have another veteran quarterback, a former first round pick as well, in Trubisky, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I was like, I thought Trubisky would have given you more hope than he would.
He would have turned the ball over, though.
Yeah, but still at least would have given you more shots, though. I mean,
you gotta pick your poison.
Yeah, you gotta pick your poison. But I'm saying I'd rather take Trubisky than Pickett right here, man.
It's bad all around.
Yeah, exactly, man. But it just sucks, man. It sucks that to see two franchises like this, especially when you see an icon of franchise with Steelers struggling like this, can't put no more than 10 points, and you can't stop a third string quarterback.
It's crazy.
Yep.
But the Browns do have a elite.
Oh no,
they have the best defense in the league. So I kind of give it more credence to that because Pickett isn't great.
Yeah,
but that it's not many people that do they beat the 49ers. This defense is real.
No.
So
I'm not taking no credits away from the defense. I'm just I just thought it would be more. from this this game right here. I'm just saying, I just think Pickett just not the guy. Is overall what I'm trying to say.
For one game for your life,
Yeah.
you got to start either Pickett or Zach Wilson. Your life depends on this game. If you lose the game, you're done.
I feel like I'm done no matter what. Though,
But
I'm going Zach.
You Zach Wilson?
Yeah, Zach Wilson looks a little bit more mobile.
I'm going Zach.
Yeah,
I'm going Zach.
I take Zach. Who you take?
I'm taking Pickett. Just because Zach Wilson, he's going to throw pick
man, you
sixes.
know what, man? Like
I feel like watching a team not move the ball is worse than just seeing the ball go the other way every time.
I mean, you know what, man? Like Zach Wilson just looks like a douchebag, man. At least Pickett, man. He looks like a cool ass dude, man. Yeah, I take Pickett, man.
Yeah, I'm going with Pickett.
Yeah, man. It just when we talk about like outside the football field, man, Wilson just looks like a freaking douchebag, man.
Yeah, but you're dead.
Either way.
Either way. But as long as I trust somebody that I can hang around and chop it up with, man. The other guy, man, I just by looking at him gets on my nerves.
I would just hope that Zach has like one of those random BYU days where he's just mini Manziel all over again and slinging that thing around.
Even then he was throwing pick sixes.
Oh man, how the hell these guys were first round picks, man? That's crazy. All right, y'all boys, got anything else on this game right here?
Oh no, we can move on.
No, we can move on. All right, let's go to the next game right here, man. We have the Bears at the Lions right here, a divisional game. This is when you expect a divisional game right here, man. Mm-hmm. Final score 26-31. Lions take care of business at home, man. Let's go to some game leaders. Start off with Chicago side of the ball. Fields, he threw. Oh, this is Fields' first game back. Mm-hmm. Fields, he threw for 23, completed 16, 169 yards, and 1 touchdown. Your top rusher as well was Fields with 18 carries, 104 yards. Have a day, my boy. And DJ Moore, what's up, man? He's back up here again. He has 7 catches for 96 yards, 1 touchdown. Have a day, man. Now to the Lions side of the ball. Goff. He threw for 35, completed 23, 236 yards, 2 touchdowns, but 3 interceptions. Top rusher was Montgomery with 12 carries for 69 yards and 1 touchdown. Top receiver was St. Brown, 8 catches, 77 yards, and 1 touchdown. Team stats. Bears, 334 yards, while Detroit had 338 turnovers, 1 for the Bears and 4 for the Lions. And time of possession, guys. I had to look at the game stats right here to see if we went to overtime. The Bears had 40 minutes of time of possession, while the Lions had 20. Mm-hmm. My God! But that being said, that puts the Bears at 3-8. Last in their division, and this puts the Lions 8-2, still holding down the number 1 spot in their division. Jay, what are your thoughts on this game, man?
The damn Bears, they had it. They had a near 100% winning possibility. Yeah. Probability with like less than 10 minutes to go, and somehow they give it up.
Last quarter.
Last
5 minutes.
Last 5 minutes. I don't know what they can do. If you look at it as a draft pick game, they did everything right. They looked presentable. They gave you some good tape on Fields. DJ Moore stepped up, and then they just fumbled the game away. They let the Lions off the hook. Jared Goff seems like he's come back to earth a little bit. 3 interceptions this game. He rarely has multiple interception games. I don't know if this is a fluke or maybe Chicago just had a good read on it. But he didn't look that great. He just started happening in the fourth quarter. But you can't really say they're 8-2. Detroit is 8-2. You win the games any way you can, and they just came out on top.
Yeah.
Good to see Justin Fields bounce back and kind of show the future that he could have.
Yeah.
But that's a tough way to lose a game right there.
Yes.
In Detroit, you had all the momentum. You had a 12-point lead and gave it all away.
Yeah, absolutely. Josh, you got any thoughts on this game, man?
Yeah, the Bears are a bad team that played really good, and obviously a bad team's gonna be bad when they need to be bad.
Yeah,
and poorly coached, terrible coaching decisions at the end of the game. That last sequence of events was crazy. I think Justin Fields just needs to ball out for the rest of the year. It just make this an interview year.
Yeah.
Just pad stats and try to get into a better situation because it's not it. But I will say for the Lions, my little, I don't know how hot of a take it is, but I think the Lions are like the NFC's new Packers. In the sense that Packers and golf is not Aaron Rodgers in any stretch of imagination, by the way, but the Packers were never like really sexy to me, but they were always good to be in the hunt. And if you gave them a chance, they're gonna take the chance, and they're gonna kill you too. If you're not perfect, they're gonna get you. And I think the Lions are that way in a sense to where if the Lions can smell some blood, they're gonna pounce. Goff had a bad game, but he rose to the occasion when it mattered. He had short memory and forgot those 3 picks. And Amon-Ra is won me. He got me a whole bunch of fantasy points this Sunday. I don't know if he's gonna win it for me, but Amon-Ra, and then he had some help too. That rookie receiver on the other side, he's kind of stealing some of the attention from Amon-Ra. The tight end is really nice. What's his name? Laporta.
Yeah.
Laporta is really good. That thunder lightning running game. I love to watch Montgomery and Gibbs running. Both of them are some studs. So I'm excited to see Lions are that fourth team in the NFC for me that can make some noise if you give them a chance.
Okay, man. Well said, man. Jay, so what do you think about the chances of Fields interviewing, basically like Josh put it right now? He's putting out film right there for his next team. Do you agree with that?
There's going to be a decision. I still feel like he ends up being a Bear somehow, some way.
Mess it up.
Say it again.
So do you think the Bears are going to find ways to mess that up?
I think so.
Yeah.
A lot of stubbornness going on. I don't know what they think they can get with him, but if I'm him, I'm just like you said, I'm gonna ball out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run. I'm gonna be free. I'm gonna just target DJ Moore. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the only person I would. If DJ's not open, I'm running.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
So you said that's a really good comparison. The new Packers with the Lions, and if you look at it, it makes sense. Like Amon-Ra was Randall Cobb in the slot for Aaron Rodgers. Then you got Jameson Williams, who is what's Jordy Nelson, the deep ball. Then you got the 2 running backs from the
Jones and
Jones and
Dylan.
And then on defense, you got your good rusher like back in the day when they had Clay Matthews and with the Packers.
Hutchinson.
That's Hutchinson.
Yeah.
It evens out even at tight end. I'm trying to remember who the tight end for the Packers was back then.
Who killed us in the playoff 2016 when they stole that playoff game?
Oh, in Green Bay.
Yeah.
I can't remember his
I'm
name.
trying to come up, but they always had a good tight end too. So it's basically mirror teams.
Yeah.
Even on defense, like I said, Clay Matthews and this guy, and then they had Charles Woodson, who's kind of like Brian uh, Branch
Mhm.
for the Lions
Mhm.
now. So it kind of adds up. So they basically stole the model from Green Bay,
Green Bay.
Yeah.
and they're implementing
And
it
Green
now.
Bay is out. Green
Yeah.
Bay is
Yeah, that
not Green Bay
That
anymore.
makes sense.
Hey, yeah, man. Like that was a well put thought right there, Josh. All right, gentlemen. Y'all have anything else in that game right there with the Bears and Lions?
Sir.
Huh?
Let's roll.
Jay?
No.
Nope. All right, man. Let's move on to the next game. Speaking about the Packers, we have the Chargers at the Packers. Final score 20-23. Came down to the last minute right here, man. Packers take care of business at home. Let's go to some game leaders, and let's start off with Chargers side of the ball. Herbert, he threw for 36, completed 21, 260 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Top rusher as well was Herbert for 8 carries for 73 yards. And your top receiver was Keenan Allen for 10 catches, 116 yards, and 1 touchdown. Have a day, man. Now to the Packers side of the ball. We had Love. He threw for 40, completed 27 for 322 yards and 2 touchdowns. Man, not bad, man. Have a day. And your top rusher for the Packers was Reed with 3 carries for 46 yards and 1 touchdown. And your top receiver for the Packers was Wicks for 3 catches, 91 yards. And team stats. Total yardage for the Chargers, 394, while the Packers had 397, 1 turnover for the Chargers and 0 for the Packers. Time possession, 28 minutes for the Chargers and 31 for the Packers. That being said, this puts the Packers at 4-6, third in their division, and this puts the Chargers 4-6, last in their division. Jay, what are your thoughts on this game, man?
First of all, hopefully everything's all right with Aaron Jones. Got carted off. He's had terrible injury luck this season. Hopefully it's not long term. But the Packers don't matter. It's a Chargers.
It is.
The Packers are just a team.
Yeah.
The Chargers are just a team that shoots himself in the foot. It doesn't
Big
matter.
difference.
Like when Herbert plays well, somebody else lets him down.
Yep.
When Keenan Allen's wide open, Herbert in previous game Herbert would miss him.
Yeah.
Now Keenan Allen's dropping balls left and right. He dropped multiple scoring attempts. Then the biggest drop was Quentin Johnson at the end of the game. That would have been field goal. Yeah, it would have been field goal or touchdown right there. So, man, it's just like they're cursed ever since Phillip Rivers. It's just like every game comes down to 3 points. You have 1 minute to go. You either need to score a touchdown or 3 to tie up, and it just always comes back to that. They're 4-6 now. It's the same regime. Head coach has to go. He just it's time.
DC's been saying that for a long time.
He has to go. If I'm them, I'm looking at Minnesota. Get their DC defensive coordinator, Ben Johnson, from the Lions. You got to change up. You got to change this up. Let everybody go. Rebuild this team. Keenan Allen's older. Man, it's just they have too much talent to be in a situation every week.
Yeah,
and they find themselves in that situation every freaking week.
Yeah. DC said in last episode, man, if the Chargers find a way to lose this game, might as well keep the head coach over there in Green Bay and don't come back on that team plan. You already said that?
Yeah.
So yeah, man. So I agree with you, man. The Chargers are too much of a talented team to lose to the Packers, man. The Packers are, they're not that great. They're beatable, but the Chargers just have a better stacked team than the Packers do, man. And the Chargers always play from behind. I feel like, and this, well, no, not really, man. They had the game. Basically, they had the game, and they let the Packers come up and beat them in the last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter. Shame on you, man. But I don't know, man. But then again, that's like you said, Jerron, is like, damn if you do, damn if you don't with the Chargers, really, man. And with any players, really. Like one player has a good game. I mean, great game, but you have another one just letting them down. Josh, man, what are your thoughts on this game, man?
Yeah, I don't have much. You gotta get Stanley out of there ASAP. I don't think he makes it through the season. And especially, I don't think he knows. I don't think he believes he's gonna make it throughout the season either.
No,
With his press conference
Yeah.
after the game, had a little blow up. He's really emotional. Knows what's coming down the pipe. I think it's interesting that
Won't be surprised if he gets fired today.
I wouldn't be surprised either. I mean, I would pull the trigger if I was higher up. But I think it's interesting that this was Sean Payton's team. He wanted to go to the Chargers. Yeah. So just imagine this team under the helm of Sean Payton. I think they could be special. But now they just need to kind of tear some things down. Justin Herbert is weird to me. He has this crazy arm. He's so talented, but something's missing. I can't really put my finger on it. I don't think I watch Charger games enough to figure out what it is, but something's missing from his game. I don't know if it's mental or what, but yeah, they're not embarrassment, but it's a waste of talent because they could be a really fun team to watch.
Yeah.
Check these margins of losing, not margins of victory. First game, Dolphins lose by 2 points, 36-34. They lost to the Titans, 27-24. That's 3 points. They lost to the Vikings. They lost to the Cowboys, 20-17. They go on a run. Lost to the Chargers. Lost to the Lions last week, 41-38, which their defense let them down. And then they just lost to the Packers 20-23. So
they're losing close games.
They're losing close games.
Yeah.
But for them to turn the corner, half of those should have been W's.
Yep. Yeah.
This game should have been a W. The Lions game arguably should have been a W. They definitely should have beat the Titans earlier. But yeah, they it's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Man, y'all boys got anything else with the Chargers and Packers? No?
Nope.
All right, let's move on to the next game, man. We got the Raiders at the Dolphins. Final score 13-20. Dolphins win this game right here, taking care of business at home. Game leaders, real quick. Let's start off from the Raiders side of the ball. O'Connell, he threw for 41, completed 24, 271 yards, 1 touchdown, but 3 interceptions. Top rusher was Jacobs, 14 carries, 39 yards. Top receiver was Adams, with 7 catches, 82 yards, and 1 touchdown. Now to the Dolphins side of the ball. Tua, he threw for 39, completed 28, 325 yards, with 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. Top rusher was Morset with 22 carries, 86 yards. And your top receiver was Hill with 10 catches, 146 yards, and 1 touchdown. Have a day, my boy, man. Now let's go to some team stats real quick. Total yardage for the Raiders, 296, while Miami had 422. And Jesus, only put 20 points, man. Turnovers, 3 each. Well, both teams. There it is. And time possession, 27 minutes for the Raiders and 31 for the Dolphins. That being said, that puts Miami at 73, holding down in that number 1 spot in their division, and this puts the Raiders at 5-6, third in their division. Jay, what are your thoughts on this game, man?
Really, I can't wait to the playoffs. I want to know what this team really is, this Dolphins team. Congratulations to Antonio Pierce. He's got them boys playing. Because somehow, with all them stats, like you said, they only scored 20 points at home.
Yeah.
But I can't wait for the Dolphins to have to go against talented teams.
But we've seen that so far.
We have. But so when you say we've seen it, so you don't believe that they a team on their level.
They only beaten sorry teams.
Yeah.
They haven't beaten a good team. all these losses, and when they lose to these good teams, they lose bad.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, like I don't know how else to put it.
Yeah.
I still think there's a gear they have to where they can explode, even against good teams. Now, to me, the difference is their defense is near the same level as their offense. Before, it was just their offense going back and forth, high scoring, and they scored 70 points. Now, their defense is looking like they might have to start leading the team.
Yep.
And that helps because Ramsey's back.
Ramsey's back.
balling,
He had the game-sealing interception.
Yep.
They're getting pressure on the opposing QBs. They got Xavier Howard on Javon Holland. They've got a good defense, and they've got Vic Fangio calling it.
Yeah.
So I just feel like it's a different team than before. I still see that they have a high ceiling. Are they good as the Chiefs or the Ravens? No.
Yeah.
But I think in the playoffs they're gonna be fun to watch. No matter what. Will they be Super Bowl caliber? That's yet to be seen. But I do think they have a better opportunity now that Ramsey's back.
Yeah.
You can see how valuable of a player he is.
Yep.
Absolutely. Josh, you got any thoughts on this game, bro?
Yeah.
What's up,
I think, man, first of all, shout out to Pierce. Coach Pierce is a beast.
Yeah.
I would love to play for Pierce. He's just that players coach. He's got them playing at a very high level. Just the missing some pieces. McConnell is just the quarterback's last name, right?
O'Connell.
O'Connell is just temp. He's a better temp than Garoppolo. He's got kind of the right mindset, which is Devontae down there somewhere.
Just
throw that thing out there. Yeah, just please catch it.
13 targets. Yep.
That's good enough for me.
Yeah.
Just throw it down there and give your best receiver a chance to make it. I think they can win some games that way. They're gonna be competitive. Now on the flip side, Miami reminds me of like the James Harden Rockets.
Yeah.
Like they're like this is fun to watch. It's cool football. It's just gadget. It's cool making stuff happen.
But they ain't gonna do shit in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, like, be prepared for that, Miami.
Yeah.
That's not fun.
I don't see how you're gonna do all this motion in negative 2-degree weather in Buffalo. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would love to see it. I want to see how they translate this to deep second round playoff football. I just don't know. I will say Tyreek Hill is outrageous though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tyreek Hill is.
That's what I'm saying. Bro,
Tyreek Hill gives you that chance that at the end of the day.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
With Tyreek Hill, Mostert, Tua, Ramsey, they should have there's not many duo or not many groups of players that can do what they do. So they should be like they should be more of the Golden State Warriors than the Rockets. Because the Golden State Warriors had both sides. They had a defense too.
Right.
But you see, but the thing is, man, like, all right, during the season, you know, with bad teams, the Dolphins kills it, bro. They're like, wow, this is amazing. It is. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to these competitive teams, man, it's like, you know, like that fire gets smaller, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the offense just don't have that tempo. It just, what with these other good teams that they have, you know, their defense is nearly top 10. Yeah. You know, when these defense they're going against up against it with right now, you know, man, like they're in the bottom 15 right now, you know? So
how's their run defense? Because I'm interested to see like Ravens, them going against their Ravens in the playoffs. Like
run defense is fine. They held Josh Jacobs to 2.6 yards, 2.8 yards per carry. Okay.
Well, I'm excited. I want to see them win. Yeah. I want to see them make some noise because I think that would just be a cool story, cool team to see deep in the playoffs.
So, question for both of y'all: if the Dolphins make it out of the first round, are they making out of the second round? Josh, I'm gonna start off with you, man.
It just depends on the matchup. Is
Because by the second round, you're playing the best of the best now.
right. It's a throw up.
You still want to think about it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So as of right now, their first round matchup would be Cleveland. Okay,
Killing Cleveland.
That defense, that's
that
number one
defense, that defense is trouble. So let's say they get past Cleveland. Most likely they will play the winner of. So right now, 3 seed is Jacksonville, 6 seed is Houston. So Houston Jacks, if they meet in the playoffs, the Dolphins will play the winner of that game.
Yeah.
I think they have a good chance with either one of those teams, to be honest.
Yeah.
Then it gets to the big dogs. They just don't. They don't want to see Baltimore.
Yeah.
And then they don't want. I'll be honest. I think they can win 2 games.
Well, on one,
I think they can win 2 games.
So you're saying AFC Championship game?
I think they could get to the championship. Because as the playoff picture right now, you got KC, Baltimore. Those are dominant teams. You got Jacksonville next.
Yeah.
Jacksonville, we still don't know.
It's a toss-up.
It's a toss-up.
Yeah.
They're just like the Dolphins.
Right.
Yeah.
Miami is after that. Then Cleveland, who's on. We already discussed quarterback problems.
Yeah.
Then you have Houston, inexperienced team, but they're up and coming. And then Pittsburgh, quarterback problems.
Yeah.
And Miami is better than everybody except 2 to me.
Yeah.
So I think they could get 2.
Okay.
I think they can get to the championship game.
All right, man. That's gonna be very interesting to watch right there, man.
Yeah.
And shout out to Tyreek Hill, on pace for 134 catches, 2,077 yards, 15 touchdowns.
So how many yards he has right now? Because he
1,000.
He said he wanted 2,000 by the end of the season.
He's got 1,076 yards. No, he's got more than that, actually. I need to bring up his whole total. 1,222 yards.
So
9 touchdowns.
I mean, bro,
That's crazy.
I mean, is Tyreek Hill gonna hit 2,000, bro? I mean, there's only 8 more games.
He does. I say he does.
Yeah.
I think he does it. He'll be the first receiver to do that.
Jeez.
That's ridiculous.
That'd be nice, man. Hey, that'd be history in the making.
Just stay healthy.
Yeah.
Because he left with a hand injury early in this game, and I thought it was over. But good thing he came back.
Yeah, he just had to go to the locker room and drink some of Michael's special juice.
Yeah, get some of them drugs they were giving Jalen Hurts.
All right, man. Y'all boys got anything else from the Raiders and Dolphins game, man?
Nah, that'll be it.
All right, man. Let's move on to the next game right here. We have the Giants at the Commanders right here, divisional game. Giants, man, take care of business, man. What's going on, Commanders? All right. Final score, 31-19, man, on the road. Giants take care of business. Let's go to some game leaders. DeVito, no, and this is not relative to Robert De Niro. He threw
Danny
DeVito. All right. He threw for 26. Man, you threw me off right there. All right. Danny DeVito, Robert De Niro. All right. Hold up. Now I'm confused. All right. Which DeVito is it?
Danny DeVito is
Danny DeVito. I said Robert De Niro. Yeah, my bad, man. All right. Yeah, I had to catch myself right there. All right. He threw for 26, completed 18, 246 yards and 3 touchdowns. Man, have a day, my boy. Pretty sure your uncle's happy about that. Top rusher was Barkley with 14 carries, 83 yards. And your top receiver was Shelton with 4 catches, 82 yards, and 1 touchdown. Now to the disappointing Commanders. Harwell, he threw for 45, completed 31, 255 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. Your top rusher was Robinson with 17 carries, 73 yards. Your top receiver was Thomason with 5 catches, 58 yards. Now to some team stats. Let's start with the Giants side of the ball. Total yardage, 92 yards, while the Commanders had 403. Turnovers, 0 for the Giants and 6 for the Commanders. Time possession, 25 minutes for the Giants and 34 minutes for the Commanders. That being said, this divisional game leaves the Giants at 3-8, still last in their division, and this puts the Commanders at 4-7, third in their division. Jay, what are your thoughts on this game, man?
This is pathetic. This is an embarrassing performance. Yeah, Tommy DeVito, dude, has no business being in this league, and he did that to y'all at home. They sacked DeVito 9 times, 9 times, and he still put up 31 points on them. The Commanders need to be shot into the ocean. They need to be relegated. Yeah. This is a terrible showing. Everybody needs to be fired. Yep. Ron Rivera, why is he there? He's an embarrassment to. It's just, and they have 403 total yards, and they still were blown out in this game.
Exactly.
So, man, neither one of these teams are worth our breath.
Right.
But it's just embarrassing that how both of these teams are conducting themselves.
Josh, it looks like your brothers just don't want to talk about it.
Terrible.
That's an embarrassment to the NFC East.
Terrible. It is. Terrible. Washington has the absolute worst running game in the NFL, which is why Sam Howell has 100,000 throwing yards. Embarrassing football. Tommy, the only bright spot with Tommy is he has the same amount of touchdowns as Zach Wilson.
That's crazy.
That's
far
crazy.
Less snaps. Yeah. But that don't really mean anything because most of them was against Washington Commanders. So, boo.
Yeah.
Hey, what's that song the Commanders fans have? Pretty catchy,
left
man.
hand up. We are the command or something.
Oh, man.
Look, man, I don't know why you made me think of that. It pisses me. Look, everything about this pisses me off. They let Tommy DeVito do this to him. They've got that stupid song. They got this stupid name, and then they wore
the all black.
All black.
Disgusting.
Oh my God, it's so ugly. Yeah. With nothing on the helmet. There's no personality to these jerseys. It's just black. They look like Arizona State when they do their blacked out. They just, man, I don't want to talk about
free McLaurin.
Yes,
and all them guys because
they
got weapons.
Jahan Dotson is a monster.
Yeah.
They had McLaurin, and their leading receiver is Logan Thomas. That's
what I'm saying, man. Like,
get him out of here.
The Commanders are way too much of a talent team on paper, to be honest with you, man.
Yeah.
Then what they really show on the field is it's disappointing, really, man. And also, man, like you know, I guess you want to think about, the offensive coordinator for the Commanders. What's his name? God, man, he just got hired.
Bellamy.
No, the offensive coordinator
from Kansas City.
Yeah. What's his name?
Is it?
Man, what's the old boy's name, man?
I just had his I don't know. Keep going.
Well, anyways, I feel sorry for him, man, because if is he ever gonna be a head coach? I mean, poor guy, man. He had so many opportunities to be a head coach, but Bieniemy. There we go, Eric the Bieniemy, man. And it's like he just got there, man. Like basically his job is gone.
I didn't know why he even took that job.
I don't know.
It was a lateral step, but it was a step to prove himself.
Yeah.
And it's had the opposite effect. It's actually diminished his head coaching promises.
Yeah.
Now because he went there, I don't think there's a shot in hell. He should have stayed. Now, hindsight says he should have stayed in KC.
Yeah.
And just hopefully somebody.
He should have gone somewhere that had a promising future. He knew going in there, the Commanders wasn't a promising future.
It's dysfunctional. It's been a dysfunctional franchise for 20 years. And he left juggernauts to go over there. Is for a lateral move. It was a bad decision on his part. Now he's probably going to be out with he's definitely going to be out with Ron Rivera and John Fox. It's pretty much over.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, y'all boys ready to talk about the next game right here?
Yeah, let's go.
Man, we have y'all's Cowboys, man. Here we go. Cowboys going on the road to the Panthers. Take care of business. Final score 33-10. Let's go to some game leaders real quick. Let's go to the Dallas side of the ball first. Prescott, he threw for 38, completed 25, 189 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Have a day, man. Top rusher was Pollard for 12 carries, 61 yards, and 1 touchdown. Was that his first touchdown of the season?
Second.
Wow.
Since week 1.
Ooh. All right, and your top receiver was Cooks with 3 catches, 42 yards. Now to the Panthers side of the ball. Young, he threw for 29, completed 16, 123 yards, 1 touchdown, but 1 interception. Top rusher was Habarber, whatever. Herbert. With 10 carries for 57 yards. And your top receiver from the Panthers was Thielen with 8 catches, 74 yards. Now to some team stats. Total yardage. Let's go to the Cowboys real quick. 311 total yardage, while the Panthers had 187 turnovers, 0 for the Cowboys and 2 for the Panthers. Time of possession, 31 minutes for the Cowboys and 28 minutes for the Panthers. That being said, this puts the Panthers now at 1-9, last in the division, and this puts the Cowboys 7-3, holding on the number 2 spot in their division. Jay, what are your thoughts on this game, man?
First of all, we got really good news. Better late than never. Jimmy Johnson going into the Ring of Honor for the Cowboys.
It's about time.
It's been way too long. Now
the
word
curse
on the
is
street.
lifted.
The curse. We're thinking about the curse. Maybe the curse is lifted. But when you get to the game, offensively, I don't believe it was a great game. They were bailed out by the Panthers multiple times. It was going to look more like the Texans game where you had higher hopes, but the Panthers defense is a legitimately good defense. Mm-hmm. Like their defensive coordinator, he did his thing. He held Dak down. He only had 189 yards passing because the defense is legit. But then you go to the other side of the ball. Like the Cowboys defense steps up whenever they have a opponent like this. The Cowboys are the best front runners in the league. Yep. When they get a battered opponent or when they smell blood in the water, they pounce. Michael Parsons, 6 tackles, 2.5 sacks. Deron Bland, pick 6 to seal to boost the score. When it comes to Cowboys touchdowns receptions, CeeDee Lamb has 6. Deron Bland has 4, which is crazy. He's got tied the NFL record for most pick 6s in the season. So, other than that, they just did what they had to do.
Yeah. Josh.
Yeah. Highlight for me was Deron Bland balling. Mm-hmm. What's the secondary coach?
Al Harris.
Al Harris has those boys.
We can't lose Al Harris.
Oh God, he's right there. He's nice. one of my favorite pieces of the Cowboys puzzle. He's a developer. He's clearly having influence on these guys because they're good guys. Mm-hmm. And they're drafting them to be built a certain type of way, but then by the time Al Harris gets his hand on them, they're hawks.
Yeah.
So that can't be said enough. But I wasn't too crazy about the game, and it's a win is a win. But I still felt it was a little too predictable. Running game is not where we need it to be.
No.
Especially who we're definitely going to face in the playoffs. That's not going to cut it at all. So still concerned on that front. But I love the defense is really what's shining me. I love Bell Bell at linebacker is going crazy.
I love all the pieces.
All the pieces, yeah. Parsons was super nice. Now for Bryce Young is not great, but he's trying. And I know as a grown man in a professional league, that don't really earn you too many points, but he's trying really hard. He don't have too much to work with. He's getting killed out there.
Man, y'all should have stopped sacking that man so many damn times.
7 sacks.
Crazy.
7 sacks, bro.
And they weren't like just little sacks. He was getting.
I mean,
Micah murdered
pummeled.
the dude a couple times.
Couple times.
man, yeah, y'all could have taken easy in that poor guy.
But
it was just a practice game for y'all, bro.
Yeah, no, that was a scrimmage.
For sure.
But the crazy part is, overall, the game followed the script of the Cowboys on grass.
Right.
It's just Panthers bailed them out, and then the pick six made it look a little bit better.
Yeah.
But Bryce, they're gonna get him killed.
Yeah, they are.
He needs weapons on the outside, and he needs offensive line.
Yep.
That's all they need to do. I don't care what you lose this offseason on defense. Offensive line, free agency, draft, because he's not going to make it throughout a career. If I'm him, if it stays like this, I'm hanging it up early. And he'll be a hell of a coach. Just like you say, he's trying hard. Yeah. He's doing everything he can. It's just only so much a human being can do to keep getting beat and battered like that. So.
Especially on the mental, like just mentally, like, just knowing. He goes into the game knowing I'm about to get destroyed.
Yeah, absolutely. I just hope that they could turn around the front office of the Panthers and give this poor man some damn help, some damn blockage, some protection, man. Like, seriously, man. It's just, you about to ruin this man's career. Yep. You say he got hit how many times, Jerron? 9 times?
Oh, he got sacked 7 times.
7 times.
He was hit way more than that.
Like what? Well, I'm going to say close to 15, possibly 12. I mean, dude, you're going to ruin this man's career, man. Like, he's going to think his decisions after this offseason, man. And he really needs to sit down with his front office. All right, man, I need to say who's going to protect me.
Yeah.
Because you got to, first thing you do as soon as the season's over, man, you got to scout the free agents coming out, and you give this, you need to build this guy a wall.
He was hit 11 times.
Jesus. That's too many.
And these are blows from grown men.
Yeah. I mean, that front seven, y'all's front seven is no joke, man. Y'all's front sevens is nice.
Frank Wright. He didn't deserve this job to begin with. Now
he got the play calling back.
Jay Glazer saying he is on the hot seat.
Yep.
He just got there.
That's the thing. He just got there. He's on. So right now, as of right now, his seat is the hottest out of
all the coaches.
We talked about Staley. Damn. We talked about Ron Rivera. Jay Glazer saying he's got the hottest seat in the NFL. They're 1-8, and his play calling. He took play calling duties back, and look what they look like.
And Jerron and Josh, and I'm pretty sure, bro. I'm not just saying this because I'm a homer, but I'm pretty sure when they see Houston having this much success, you know, it's like you know the owner's not going to fire himself.
Right.
We all know that you know this word out there that you know this wasn't Frank's decision to get Bryce Young.
Yep.
You know, he wanted CJ, what they were saying right there, but the owner said, nope, I want Bryce.
He wanted the showtime ability of Bryce Young.
Yep.
Yeah.
But my thing is, when they scouted Bryce Young and CJ Stroud, I'm sure they had equal grades on both.
Mm-hmm.
And then like you said, when they look into what the Texans are doing, in the owner's mind, it's a coaching difference. They see it what Slowick is doing versus the Frank Wright scheme. So I'm sure they want to move closer to a Kyle Shanahan-esque scheme, and maybe that will make that. I think that will make Bryce Young look more like a Purdy than he's looking now.
Yes,
You know what I'm saying?
that's a great comp.
Yeah, all
He
he
needs
wanted
to be a
him to do
Purdy.
is to
Yeah.
be close to Purdy.
Yeah.
But Purdy's got these weapons
Yeah.
compared to what you got. So
Yeah.
I'm sure that's what the owners was thinking at the beginning, and probably what he's gonna move toward.
Yeah.
So I will watch Texans OC.
Yeah.
He's balling out right now. I wouldn't be mad if the Panthers tried to snatch him from y'all.
Yeah, Slowick. But the thing is, all right, this is my thing. The Texans already came in with a subpar offensive line, when they came in. But knowing that offensive line is already banged up, we have 4 stringers and people off the street in offensive line. What I'm trying to say is the Panthers gave up so much to get Bryce Young. I think they're like really 2 years behind.
Yeah.
To give him that help that he really needs.
Yeah. But because
now, unless if they find diamonds in the last rounds, in mid rounds.
Yeah.
Because
free agent.
The pieces they have brought in aren't they brought in Mingo.
Yeah.
They brought in a tackle, and he's been terrible. So the difference is the stability of what CJ Stroud has in tight end and rookie wide receiver in legendary left tackle. Those are head and shoulders above what Bryce is looking at in scheme.
Yeah.
A defensive coach. I mean, not defensive coach. I'm sorry. The Panthers defensive coach is nice, but the future isn't bright for. So the Panthers owner has a whole bunch of bread.
Yeah.
He can pay to bring in a whole bunch of different people.
You're gonna have to. You're gonna have to pay a lot of money, man, because you gave up a lot already.
Yep.
All right, man. Y'all boys got anything else for the Cowboys and Panthers, man?
Nah, that'd be it.
All right, man. Let's go on. Let's talk about DC's Titans versus the Jaguars right here. The Titans on the road in Jacksonville. Final score 14-34. Jacksonville just had their way with the Titans, unfortunately. Let's go to some game leaders real quick, and let's start off with the Titans side of the ball. Levis, he threw for 17, completed 13, 158 yards, 2 touchdowns. Top rusher was Moore, 1 carry for 38 yards. What happened to Henry, guys? Do we know?
I have no idea.
Jeez, okay. All right, and top receiver was D-Hop for 4 catches, 59 yards, and 1 touchdown. Now let's go to the Jaguars side of the ball. Lawrence, he threw for 32, completed 24, 262 yards and 2 touchdowns. Have a day, man. And your top rusher was Ethan Jr. with 14 carries, 52 yards. Your top receiver, man, where you been at, man? Really, 7 catches, 103 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Have a day, man. Now to some team stats. Total yardage for the Titans, 235, while the Jaguars had 389. 2 turnovers for the Titans, 0 for the Jags. Time possession, 23 minutes for the Titans and 36 for the Jags. That being said, for this divisional game, this puts Tennessee Titans at 3-7, last in their division, and this puts the Jaguars 7-3, holding down the number 1 spot in their division. Jay, what are your thoughts on this game, man?
It's a tough one because watching this from a difference. I don't think I ever watch a Titans game. The rest of the year, Titans are off all my screens.
Yeah.
They just need to do not fire Vrabel.
No.
That would be a huge mistake.
That'd be,
They're asking him after the game about.
That'd be the one person you should not get rid of.
Yeah, everybody else, get rid of him. But Vrabel is, to me, he's like, he feels like a future Dan Campbell. It's just, he's been to where Dan Campbell's trying to go. But, yeah, Vrabel's not the problem. The key to the rest of the season for the Jaguars is this the real Calvin Ridley? Is this what we're gonna keep getting? Right. Because if we keep getting this, I'm gonna pick them to beat the Texans next week. If we don't, if we reverse to just another guy, Calvin Ridley, who's just running routes for just cardio, then the Texans gonna win that game and they're gonna win the AFC South. So, will the real Calvin Ridley please stand up? Is basically what I'm looking for.
Yeah. Josh?
Yeah, not much for this game. I'm not watching Titans
Yeah.
anymore. They have no talent on any phase of football. They give up big plays on special teams too. Their defense can't carry you. I wish better for Will Levis. I'm actually a Will Levis fan, but he ain't got nothing really to work with. Offense line is kind of shoddy, so I don't have a lot of faith in Jacksonville. I like Trevor Lawrence, but he's not gonna take you over the top for real. For real, he's gonna make a little splash here and there. I think this was his first 3-touchdown game of the year. Once again, that's Calvin Ridley's fingerprint. So he's gonna live and die on his receivers stepping up to the plate, which is not great. So that's it.
Okay. All right. Y'all boys want to move on to? I really ain't got much to say about that game neither. To be honest with you, Jay, you got one more thing?
Last thing is with the Titans, they made a mistake at the trade deadline. They should have sold. They should have sold on everybody.
Henry.
They should have sold Henry.
Yeah.
They should have sold D-Hop.
Yeah.
Think of the future. This team as constructed. You're gonna lose Henry anyway.
Yeah.
You should have at least gotten something for him.
Yeah.
And then you probably should lose DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah.
They should have reloaded, gave them at least a reason why they got blown out this way.
Oh, yeah.
Now they didn't have a reason. They're just bad. So
Yeah, absolutely.
they should have been sellers at the trade deadline, recoup all them picks, get some money off the books, and go from there. But again, that's a front office thing.
Yep. All right, gentlemen, let's move on to the next game, man. Let's go to the Buccaneers at the 49ers right here. Final score 14-27. 49ers take care of business at home. Let's go to some game leaders, and let's start off with the Buccaneers side of the ball. Mayfield, he threw for 45, completed 29, 246 yards, 1 touchdown, but 1 interception. Top rusher from the Buccaneers was White with 9 carries for 30 yards, 1 touchdown. Top receiver was Oten, the tight end, for 4 catches, 49 yards. And let's go to the 49ers side of the ball. Purdy, he threw for 25, completed 21, 333 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Have a day, man. Let's go to top rusher McCaffrey. He threw for 21. He ran for 21 for 78 yards. And your top receiver was Ayuk for 5 catches, 156 yards, and 1 touchdown. Boy, have a day, man. Let's go to some team stats. Total yardage, 287 for the Buccaneers, while San Francisco had 420. 2 turnovers for the Buccaneers and 0 for the 49ers. Time possession, 29 minutes for the Bucs and 30 minutes for the 49ers. That being said, this puts the 49ers 7-3, still holding at the number 1 spot in their division, and this puts the Buccaneers at 4-6, holding down that 3rd spot in their division. Jay, what are your thoughts on this game, man?
This is why the 49ers are so dangerous at home. They get on that grass and they go crazy. Brandon Ayuk averaged 31.2 yards per catch. Is ridiculous.
Yeah, man.
Christian McCaffrey looking like Marshall Faulk with a little Barry Sanders in there.
Yeah.
That dude, I don't know how he slips through these running lanes, the cracks in the running lanes. Then George Kittle, everybody told me George Kittle was slowing down. Still look like one of the top 3 tight ends in the league to me.
Yeah.
And then now they're healthy. So they did what they had to do.
And Debo came back to this game.
And Debo came back being Debo.
Yeah.
All around, he got a carry in this game. He is not what he does on the stat sheet. It's just how physical he is.
Yeah.
Like just tackling him, he's gonna hurt 2 people. Baker, man. I love watching Baker play because it's like his hair's on fire.
Yeah.
Everything he does is he He's
Running for
scrambling
his
around,
life.
running for his life. He's doing tough guy runs, and then he just gets blown up, and the ball is on the ground.
Yeah.
He's running around in the pocket, throws an interception. It's incredible. It's just fun to watch. And like I would love to go into a brawl with Baker Mayfield. Like Baker Mayfield just doesn't care.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna take on the biggest guy
At the bar.
At the bar, he might take on two and leave you with like, hey man, I can help you out. He said, no, I got this, I got it. And he ended up getting knocked out and arrested. But I would love to be in a bar fight with Baker Mayfield. It's just maybe not as my quarterback.
You want him for everything else but
everything
but
else.
be a quarterback. Hey, Josh, you got any thoughts in this game, bro?
Yeah, 49ers are the best team in the NFL for me.
And that must be hard for you to say.
Yeah, it's tough. They're just really good on all sides. Purdy is really good.
Yeah.
He's not great, but I think the 49ers don't need a great quarterback. I think a great quarterback for 49ers will make them bad.
Yeah.
Purdy is perfect. He had a perfect passer rating this game.
He didn't have to do much, bro.
He didn't have to do much. I mean, that's just do what you need to do.
He had a 25, he only had 4 completions, and everything else was completions.
That's insane. 87% completion rate. That's what you need.
And you still had 3 touchdowns?
Yeah, and he's living on. He has a roommate, so you're not paying him nothing too. So I mean, they're in a good position.
He has a good running game. He has a great defense.
Game. They're physical as hell. They're some dogs.
You see, that right there's a stacked team.
It's a stacked team. They did have an injury on defense that I wasn't crazy about. Safety.
Yeah.
They're gonna miss him.
Hafunga.
Yes. Yeah, they're gonna miss him a lot because he was playing really well.
Yeah, he was an All Pro last season. They're really gonna need him when they play the Eagles.
Yep. Yeah. For the Tampa Bay, they're entertaining, like Jerome said. So that's about all I got for that game.
Okay. All right, man. Let's move on to the next game. Now, let's see if you have anything else in the 49ers. No. All right, man. Next game, we have the Battle of New York right here. We have the Jets and the Bills, man. This was a sorry game to watch, man. If the Bills would have lost this game, man, I was like, that's it. Wrap them up. You're done. You're done, man. But fortunately, they put a good, impressive win right here, as they should. Final score, 6-32. Bills take care of business. Let's go to some game leaders real quick. Let's start off with the Jets side of the ball. Wilson. Just by looking at this guy, I giggle. 7.
What's that giggle? When a quarterback makes you giggle,
that's
terrible.
It's terrible, bro. That's what I'm saying. He threw for 15, completed 7 for 81 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Even his stats made me giggle. Top rusher was Hall for 10 carries for 23 yards. Your top receiver as well was Hall for 5 catches, 50 yards, and 1 touchdown. Bill side of the ball now. Allen, he threw for 32, completed 20, 275 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Top rusher was Cooks for 17 carries for 73 yards. Your top receiver was Shakir, right?
Shakir, yeah.
Shakir, all right. With 3 catches, 115 yards, and 1 touchdown. Boy, have a day, man. That being said, let's go to some team stats. Total yardage for the Jets, 155, while the Bills had 393. Turnovers, 4 for the Jets and 1 for the Bills. Time of possession, 23 minutes for the Jets and 37 minutes for the Bills, man. That being said, on this divisional game, this puts 4-6 for the Jets, and this puts the Buffalo Bills 6-5 in their division. Jay, what are your thoughts on this game, man?
Absolutely nothing. Aaron Rodgers, hang it up.
Please, I don't want to see another video of you throwing.
They're talking about him coming back week 16, but for what?
For what?
There's no point.
Because he doesn't want to be his number one highlight running out that tunnel with the American flag.
That's an okay highlight for me because the rest of this is terrible. I think Garrett Wilson had 2 catches this game. It's just a poor showing. Finally, Robert Saleh isn't sure of who's going to be their starter. Zach Wilson 7 for 15, 81 yards. Tim Boyle 7 for 14, 33 yards. They're in trouble.
Yep.
They get a lot of national pub, but this is pretty much it for them. They're cooked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Josh, you got any thoughts on this game, man?
Yeah. Jets are terrible. And honestly, I mean, I don't really think any quarterback can do anything with this situation, let alone Aaron Rodgers. Please stay away, Aaron.
Yeah.
You put anybody in that situation. Zach Wilson is terrible as it is, but it doesn't help that for some reason his receivers are not helping him at all. His offensive linemen are not helping him at all.
Offensive line track. Garrett Wilson was cooking some cats. He was getting open. It's just
Not enough time.
no.
Yeah.
You just don't have the right quarterback to throw the ball to, man.
Yeah, they got to get Garrett Wilson out of there.
Now I will say on the Bills side, even though this was a practice game, this is what they needed. I think this gives them a little spark. They've been kind of down the last couple of weeks. I think this rejuvenates them. They fired the offensive coordinator, and I like the scheme that they brought into this game because the Jets defense is good.
Yeah,
The Jets defense is solid, but they took the game away from Josh Allen finally, and they ran it. They were intentional about motions and getting him in a position to where when he needed to, he can make those deep throws.
Yeah.
Which to me is the narrative that Josh Allen is what people think Dak Prescott is, which just hit the guys when you need to hit the guys, and when it's not time, hit the guys, run it. He's the best quarterback under center. So if they keep this formula, they can, and they make this I think 3-game stretch. They're gonna be all right for the playoffs. I don't think they're gonna go too deep, but they're gonna be fine. So good win for Buffalo. They needed it. Get back on track. Scary injury
Yep.
again.
Yep.
I don't know why they flashed Hamlin.
yeah.
That was
Every
random.
time somebody gets concussed or on the field, they go to Hamlin.
Yeah.
And that's terrible.
Yeah. So, yep, that's it.
Ooh, next 3 games at Philly, at Kansas City, and home for Dallas.
Who's that? The Bills?
Bills.
They need those
If
too.
they gotta run, they gotta at
They got
least
to.
they gotta get all 3 for them to be in the playoff hunt.
Yeah. Because right now they're the 5th seed.
No, they're out of the playoffs right now.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
They're outside looking in. They're like the number 1 in the hunt. Yep.
Yep.
That's no good, man. No good. Or like my people from the South like to say, no bueno.
No bueno.
No
All right.
bueno.
Y'all boys got anything else from that game right there, man?
Nope.
Nope.
Sure.
All right, let's go to the next game right here, man. We got the Seahawks at the Rams divisional game right here. Down to the wire, this one right here, man. All right, let's go to some game leaders right here. Let's go start off with the Seahawks. Smith, he threw for 34, completed 22, 233 yards, 1 touchdown. Walker got hurt in this game right here. So his backup came in, and I have a tough time pronounce this name right here, Jay. Charbonnet. Carried the ball 15 times for 47 yards. Top receiver was DK Metcalf, 5 catches, 94 yards, 1 touchdown. Have a day, man. Now to the Rams side of the ball, Stafford, he threw for 31, completed 17, 190 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Top rusher was Freeman for 17 carries with 73 yards. Top receiver was Puka Nakua for 5 catches, 70 yards, and 1 touchdown. Let's go to some team stats. Total yardage for the Seahawks, 291 and 267 for the Rams. Both teams 1 turnover each. Time possession, 32 minutes for the Seahawks and 28 minutes for the Rams. That being said, this divisional game, this puts the Rams at 4-6, third in their division, and this puts 6-4, second place in their division is the Seahawks. Jay, what are your thoughts on this game, man?
Nothing much. It's just Seattle to me is wasting the opportunity.
Yeah.
They should have been 7-3. Their MVP Josh Myers for the last couple weeks missed that field goal, but they put him in a bad spot. Tough to see what's happening with Cooper Cup. Nakua is still doing this thing, but yeah, I mean these are both the same team pretty much, and it was good that Gino came back.
Yeah.
But I mean that's not much to say on these two teams.
Josh?
Same, yeah, not much to say. I will say shout out to Puka. He's on pace to break the rookie receiving yard record. I think he's projected to go 1,500. The record is like 14 something. So he's on. So if he keeps up, especially with the unfortunate injuries to Cooper Cup, which suck, he's definitely probably gonna break that record. They definitely need to have a pretty good draft this year. They're just old. Rams are just beat up, broken. Stafford has to hang it up.
Yeah.
I think they get Drake May. If they draft May, they'll be all right. Looking the next couple years, but that's about it.
All right. Well, let's move on to the next game, man. This right here is a Sunday night game right here. The Vikings at the Broncos. This game was back and forth, man. It was a nail biter, but the Broncos come up and get this W, man, at home. And so final score 20-21. Broncos win this game. Broncos country, that's right. All right, let's go to some game leaders real quick, and let's go start off with the Vikings side of the ball. Dubs, he threw for 32, completed 20, 221 yards, and 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Top rusher was Madison for 18 carries for 81 yards. Top receiver was DJ Huckison, 4 catches for 55 yards. Now to the Broncos side of the ball. Wilson, he threw for 35, completed 27, 259 yards and 1 touchdown. Not bad. Now your top rusher was Williams for 11 carries for 37 yards. And your top receiver was Sutton. Sutton for 4 catches, 66 yards and 1 touchdown. And let's go to some team stats. Total yardage for the Vikings, 385, while the Broncos had 295. 3 turnovers for the Vikings and 0 for the Broncos. That being said, time possession, 35 minutes for the Vikings and 25 for the Broncos. So that being said, this puts the Broncos now 5-5, second in their division, and this puts Minnesota 6-5, second in their division as well. Jay, what are your thoughts on this game, man?
And I hated how that ended. Broncos stole it.
Yeah, they did.
They first touchdown of the day with 1:03 seconds left. Dobbs played impressively. He was getting lit up. They had some terrible turnovers, but it was a pretty entertaining game.
Yeah.
It's good to see the Broncos. What they got 4 straight wins.
Yep.
So at least
that's the
they,
longest winning streak.
Yeah, at least
Manning.
they turned it around after that 70 point. Like you got to fix some stuff after giving up 70 points.
Facts.
But yeah, it's pretty entertaining game. But yeah, just I hate how it ended. I picked the Vikings. I picked the Vikings to win that game, and they let me down at the end.
Yeah. Josh, you got anything for this game, man?
Yeah, for sure. Josh Dobbs, I just like to see him play. I mean, he's really good.
He's got some Baker to him.
Yeah, he got some Baker to him. He got a little spunk, which is crazy. He seems like he's kind of more reserved, quiet type, but he's got a little pep in the step.
Yeah.
He's out there trying to make a name for himself.
Yeah.
You know, this matters very little to the Vikings. In his mind, I think he's just trying to get his
just have fun.
Yeah, just have fun and get out there, be competitive. And he's showing out. He made some really, really cool plays yesterday. It was a really entertaining game. But I would say watch out for the Broncos. I think the Broncos are gonna make a little run. Sean Payton's finally kind of getting them on track. I think the biggest win for the Broncos is the defense. Defense is finally stepping up. I think they're tied for the most scoring, the highest scoring defense right now. So that's helping Russell Wilson out a ton. Russell Wilson's making a little run. He's got 19 touchdowns, 4 picks. I'm not mad at that at all.
He's not playing that bad.
No, he's not playing bad at all. They beat the Chiefs, Bills, and the Vikings last 3 weeks. It's gonna be interesting going through the rest of the season.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So did y'all see that hit that Kareem Jackson gave the Dobbs?
Yeah. That's the one I was talking about.
So this would be his 4th hit like that, and right now the finding him like $80,000 for that hit. Who's paying these fines for him, man? I mean, his whole contract, so he'll be paid off by
game
fines.
checks are not that high.
No, it's not.
I have no idea what he's doing. Because you saw that? That was a brutal hit.
Yeah, that was
crazy.
nasty,
That could have broke his sternum.
Yeah,
I'm surprised he could throw after that pass. It's like Jesus, he hit him right between his damn shoulder and his arm, man. It's but I mean,
they have to do something about it.
That what he was recently on a podcast with a former team of his. He said, well, "What you want me to do, man? I get, this is football. I'm supposed to hit the quarterback. You're supposed to hit players, He's like, I don't want to be labeled as a dirty player, man. But he has that label in him now, right?
Yeah. I mean, I wonder if dirty players know that. I think they just are just playing, but they're just subconsciously dirty. They're not trying to be dirty, but they just you're a dirty player. I
mean, look, the one thing that Kareem Jackson has never had was that speed. He never had that speed. So the one thing he does has that physical ability to hit. Right. that's his thing. That's he's like that. Like Pollard was back in the days. He's gonna give you that lick.
Right.
He just don't know how not to give you that lick is what I'm saying.
Right.
He doesn't at least Pollard knew how to hit you the right way. It would look nasty, but it was illegal though.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy's going for your head. Yeah. So he's trying to take you out out of life.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know though, man.
That was a good game.
Yep. Y'all boys got anything else for the week 11 right here?
Oh, I would say Sutton.
Yeah.
Courtney Sutton is balling.
Yeah.
He is balling. He's making a huge difference for Broncos, and he keeps playing like that. He's gonna save a couple games.
Yeah.
Last thing I got, the updated draft order. Number 1, Bears. 2, Cardinals. 3, Patriots. 4, Bears again. 5 is the Giants. 6 is the Titans for DC. 7, the Commanders. 8, Falcons. 9, Packers, and then 10, Buccaneers. So that's what your new draft order is. And we have a game tonight also.
Yes, we have a game tonight. It's gonna be the Eagles and Chiefs, man. So who do y'all boys got that game, man? Jay, who you got, man?
My head says to go with the Eagles. My heart wants the Chiefs.
Yeah.
So in between, they're in KC. I'm gonna go. Screw it. I'm gonna go Chiefs.
Yeah.
They had Andy Reid out of a bye week is pretty good. So hopefully they do some damage.
Because both those teams are coming out of bye weeks.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Josh?
Same. My heart wants KC to win, but my heart wants KC to win. I don't know. It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a really good game. It's gonna be very competitive. I think Andy Reid gets them.
Yeah.
I think Andy Reid just mentally.
Andy Reid's playing going against his old team.
Mm-hmm.
The thing the Eagles have is that spunk. They just have big balls, paws, and they just can muscle. But I don't think they can outmuscle Andy Reid's play scheme this game.
Do any of you all know if Taylor Swift's gonna be in this game?
I thought
Hopefully not.
No?
I thought she would. Hopefully, so
Yeah.
Chiefs
Because
could win.
because you're gonna need that, man. Because so far, statistics has shown that when she's been at the Kansas City home games at least, or any game that she's present, Kelsey has a hell of a game. I don't know.
Eagles have been getting bailed out. I don't think Kansas City is gonna bail them out this game. I think they're gonna finish them off.
Okay. All right. All right. Besides that, man, y'all boys got anything else?
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving. That's it.
All right. Yeah. Happy gobble gobble to everybody out there. But thank you for tuning in to the Shield Football Podcast. Man, so just check us out on the socials right there, on YouTube, Spotify. If you could just go to straight up YouTube, just hit that subscribe and give us a like every here and there. But you also got your options, go audio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. But yeah, man, appreciate y'all tuning in to this week 11 as we talk and react towards everything, and see y'all next week. Later.
Peace.
Peace.